Was back out there today.
Yes, he was.
How encouraging was that?
Very encouraging. I feel good that, just knowing JC, he's going to compete and go play. So I feel good about having him out there today. He did some things, practiced. So we'll see how that turned out after he goes back inside, see what Joe and the training staff has to say.
With Denzel Ward, we've talked about it, he's had a tough stretch of receivers to open this season. How do you think he's handled that overall, and then what kind of challenge is, if he's up against Mike Evans a lot, what kind of challenge?
No, I think he's handled it pretty good. Obviously he's made some plays. There's a couple plays he's given up that I'm sure he wanted back. But again, he's played some of the best, early, and there's still another row of really good ones coming up here. If he's matched up against Mike at all, it'd be, again, I trust that Denzel will go make those plays, and he'll compete as hard as he can. I feel comfortable and confident that he'll go and do his job to the best of his ability. It's a tall task to hold guys like that to no catches. These guys are throwing the football, but if anybody has the right skill set to do it, it's him. So he has to focus, be wired in, get the call that we're trying to play, and then go play it to the best of his ability.
Denzel 1 year as a full-time starter and wasn't even 21 when you guys drafted him. Did you always like what would be ahead for him?
Oh yeah, no doubt. That's why we drafted him as high as we did. He demonstrated obviously the characteristics that we're looking for in a corner. At Ohio State. Obviously the game hasn't been too big for him. He's handled that part of it well. He prepares well. He practices well, and obviously he's made some plays. I think the key will be for him is just got to stay consistent. Keep making these plays week in and week out. Again, he's going to face even better receivers as we go. So starting this Sunday, so he's just got to continue to work and understand the plan and go execute.
How has Perriman come through the practice week for you, and what do you think he might be able to do?
Good. No, he's obviously he's contributed in practice. We've given him a role, and he's handled it pretty well. It seems like a real conscientious young man. It's important to him. So he spent extra time with Adam and extra time with the offense, just making sure that he knows everything he needs to do. So I feel comfortable that if we put him out there, he'll go out and do the job that we're asking him to do.
Is he catching the ball better? Because, he has a history of drop passes.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody has a reputation that precedes him, but since he's been here, he's caught the ball. So obviously I hadn't played a game for us yet. He's got to go do it in a game, but he looked pretty good out there catching passes this week.
Is he going to be limited as far as what you're able to ask him to do on Sunday? Obviously he just got here. It's been less than a week.
Right. He can't get, obviously he doesn't know the whole system. And that's why I said we'll have a role carved out for him so that we give him the best chance to go out and have success and to help the offense.
Buddy Calhoun told us, he played well the last couple of years. He says he hasn't played well this year. Is it a confidence thing? Is it something that's too much on his plate?
No,
why do you think he hasn't?
I don't think so. I think, obviously, I'm not speaking for Buddy, but I think he played a lot more, over those last 2 years. I think when you look at it, I'm sure those totals are down a little bit. He's played more special teams this year. But, again, he'll go out and play well this week. He's a veteran player. It's important to him. I think he understands Greg's system. Know what we're trying to accomplish, on every call. So he just got to go out there and play.
Gerald McCoy hasn't practiced the last couple of days.
I hope he doesn't practice at all.
How big a difference is it if a guy like that doesn't play?
It's one of the best players, on their team. That makes a huge difference. No different if we don't have our best players, So I'm sure they're, working through that just as we're working through our issues. But again, I don't want to make it too much about them. I want to make it more about us and what we need to do and how we need to play. But I think anytime, any team, not just them, us, anybody, when you don't have your best players, you're not at your best.
What do you have to do to get over this hump on road games? It's been
Just win one.
You had your chances there in New Orleans and, of course, in Oakland.
Mm-hmm. No, we've had our chances. We haven't finished the game. We had a couple of chances in New Orleans, as you mentioned, to put that game away. We didn't. We had chances in Oakland to put that game away. We didn't. The thing I think is important is we've had chances now. So now we just got to get over that other hump of doing it. And making sure that we finish it. It's been a long time since we even been at the door on the road. Last time I can remember is back in Miami. That hits my mind, 2016. So I think, again, it's small victories for us that way, for myself, but it's not what we want. We want to go win the game. That's why we're playing it, and our guys are going to do everything, and our coaching staff is going to do everything we can to go win this game.
And it's some streaks this year. The Division I against Baltimore was a big one.
Mhm.
But do you talk about this road one still hanging out?
I will tomorrow. There's no question. We need to understand. This is the second quarter of our season. In order to win this quarter, we got to start winning some games. So I think our guys understand that. And obviously, what better game to win than this one? This is one we're playing this week. So regardless of where it is, it just happens to be in Tampa. Let's go win the game.
You had a week of practice. How do you feel about the adjustments you had to make at linebacker this week?
I feel good about it. It'd be different if we were playing a player that wasn't a veteran player who hadn't played. But Kirko has obviously played quite a bit, and then obviously Jamie's still there. And obviously, when you look at the other rotation of guys, Gennard Avery's played a lot of football for us thus far. So, and Greg is very creative that way. So we'll come up with ways to handle not having Joe. Obviously, that's a huge blow, but at the same time, we got some guys that can fill in there and play.
This is an important one for the defense because it had a rough showing last week, and it's a tough group of the guys you're facing in Tampa.
I think it's a big one for our team. I think, I know everybody, because of the yards and everything last week, I get that. But that was our team. That was my team that played out there, and we didn't play the way we can play. So I think for our football team, we need to go down to Tampa Bay and play better than we played all years. I keep challenging our guys. We haven't played our best football yet. So let's put it all together, offensively, defensively, and special teams, and play well.
Talking about the linebackers just a second ago, and could Peppers help in that way? Does he have the skill set to help if you're looking in kind of like a committee approach?
Yeah, I think all those guys, have the skill set to play down in there. Now, what Greg's asked them to do might not be like traditional linebacker type, but there's no question those guys have played down there before. So if we need them to, they can.
You always typically talk about snow and rain when it comes to conditions, but it's cool off here, obviously, and you're going down to the heat. Is that something that is a factor in your mind?
No question it is. And we've talked about it, and we'll take all the proper precautions to make sure that our guys are hydrated the right way so we can handle the heat. We don't need anybody passing out, obviously, on the sideline or losing a player because of it. So that's something we have to manage the right way, too.
Come through the week, what has his mindset been as you've seen him move through this week?
Go compete and win. He's had a good week of practice. Again, leading the team, throwing the ball around. Obviously, Baker's a very confident personality. He handles those things really well. So he's gonna show up. There's no question in my mind about that.